Hey folks, how y'all doing today? It's me, your friendly neighborhood Stately, and this is, as you can tell, City Skylines. Welcome to the fair town of Good Intentions, where today we're going to do something over here, up in North Squirrel Grove. Specifically, we're going to get started on a university, a real legit one with lots of space this time. What I think I'm going to do is we're going to run a road out here. We'll have this corner for the university and this corner for residential, because we do need more residential. And I'm hoping we can run this university at a profit, because as you can see, I'm still losing money. So let's go ahead and grab a nice road. Is it this guy? And we'll run it out. I don't know how far out we need to go, but let's just run it out to here for now. That's not the nice one. Which road is this? Okay, this is the two-lane avenue. I think maybe we'll use something else here. We'll use this guy. It's a little less interesting, but, you know, whatever. It still looks good. Okay, so that gives us plenty of room for university. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of smoothing of the terrain before we get started. I don't want to make it completely flat because, you know, we don't have to. There are a few things where it's best to make your terrain completely flat. I don't think this is one of them. So we'll kind of smooth it out here. Just try to get rid of the most major elevation changes. Need to make the brush a little stronger and a little bigger. This will go a lot faster, see? Isn't that just much better? Okay, and that's pretty smooth. There's a gradual slope, and we're perfectly fine with the gradual slope, obviously. That little road section might need touching at some point, and I'm not going to worry about this side yet, so we'll flatten that out when the time comes. Let's go ahead and zone this entire area. Residential, blah, blah, blah. Here, this one. And the entire thing becomes part of the university. If this isn't enough space, I don't know what is. All right. Now, we need a main road heading into here, and I think we'll use a 4-lane, but I'm not quite sure which one. And we'll start right about the middle. That should be maybe here-ish. And then we'll split it off into separate one-way roads. Have kind of a quad going around in a circle here. So we'll go out to here, and we'll go out to here, back to here, and we'll go out. Hello? Why are you doing this to me? Don't do that. Okay, we only want to snap at the angle right now, I guess. Not the road length, but the guidelines. There. Okay, that's not quite right, is it? It's close. I snapped to the wrong thing, I think. So, there we go. Alright, that's our basic layout. Let's go ahead and decide what kind of school we want. Our options are liberal arts college, trade school, and university. I'm thinking we'll go for a full-on university. These buildings are still pretty big. This whole area is not going to be tiny. Let's see. I think maybe we should run a path from here back a little bit, out at the sides, like so, and then we can maybe go around a corner. Not like that. Well, I'll tell you what, let's start with something a little bit simpler. Let me turn all of my snapping back on so I can see what I'm doing. And we'll go out like that on both sides, and we'll pop down the administration building. Great, the administration building won't pop on footpaths. And for some reason I can't put it there. So back to plan A, which is we'll just put it right in the middle here. Is that the middle? University campus of good intentions. That sounds about right, actually. That is not the middle. Move it over to the right. This thing's being all kinds of stubborn. That seems to be the middle. Okay, well, they're going to want power, and they're going to want water. We'll do power in from the back, I guess. We'll probably end up getting rid of most of these, obviously, but for now, we just want to make sure this place has juice. Okay, and what do we got? The dormitory, that's of secondary importance. The study hall, groundskeeping. Table soccer club. And, okay, there's an actual school we can build. The School of Law. It is still much, much smaller than I expected here. I think what we're going to do is we're going to expand things a little bit because I already anticipate us running out of space here. Let's run this all the way back. Don't need that area yet, but I'm feeling like I'm going to want it. And then we'll take this road and we'll expand this outwards to about here. And then we'll move this. We'll move this back to here. There we go. That gives us more space. I think I grabbed the wrong road. It certainly does appear that I grabbed the wrong road. May I upgrade, please? Yeah, it looks like I can. It's just being a little slow. Alright, and then we'll take this middle road out for now. We might put some roads in here. I'm not planning on keeping it entirely blank. But for now, we just need the extra room. Oh yeah, that doesn't work, does it? Alright. That's okay. We'll just fix it the old-fashioned way. And, okay. So, our options for an actual school is the School of Law. And we'll go ahead and plop that. This is kind of the only place we can put it, which is disappointing, but, you know, whatever. If I run a line straight out from here, I'm wondering if I'll be able to place it diagonally. I mean, not diagonally, obviously. Perpendicular is the term I was looking for, like so. All right, well, that's a start. We've got a problem. That's what we've got. All right, well, we obviously don't want our school of law to flood, so let's put down some keys here. And we'll use this guy. Go from right about here. I'm going to freehand this because that's generally the best way to do this. We'll just go down to there, and on this side we'll go up a little bit, like so. That leaves us with an odd little angle here, but we can fix that easily enough. Okay, that should take care of the flooding, but we do need to raise this. Cute though it may look, it's a pretty bad idea. There we go. All right, we got 98 students already. Unrecognized. These were already unlocked. There's nothing new here. You poor unrecognized university. All right, let's make sure everything has water. Good. That's lovely. Now, let's start filling the rest in. So, the important stuff is down. We have an actual functioning campus now. Put down some dormitories. Maybe we'll do like 2 of them off to the side here. And what I'd like to see is whether these will snap to those university paths. So let's grab the paths, and we'll run one out from here to... I don't think they do, actually. I don't think anything snaps to these. Oh, they do. Okay, great. So we'll put 2 campus housing units right up by the water here. And a study hall. It's definitely a thing we want. But where? It bugs me that I don't have enough room for literally anything on this side here. I would have liked to have something here, but we'll probably find something that fits. Let me go ahead and give these guys electricity before they start complaining too loudly. Let's go ahead and use the rural one for this. There we go. Okay, well, it's looking kind of like a school, I guess. It's a start. What else have we got? The study hall. Yes, we were working on the study hall. Maybe what we'll do is we'll bisect this right about, I don't know, here. Like that, and we can put the study hall in here. Let's put it off to the side, like that. Okay, groundskeeping and soccer club. I mean, footsie club. I mean, table soccer, futsal. Oh, what the hell? We'll put it down over by the student housing. Groundskeeping, we'll put that up front. Maybe like right by the entrance, or here, this would be a good place for groundskeeping. And that's everything we have access to now, I think. We've done the study hall, we've done the campus housing, we've got our soccer club. So now it's just a question of waiting and providing some transit options here. So I want to make this into a more natural area, or more park-like anyway. I don't know if you can overlap parks with universities, but what I'd like to do is go from, say, here to this corner and that corner. And then we'll run a straight line from here to, what? Straight line from here to here. A straight line. Is that straight? That's close enough, I think. All right, and this being a university, we need massive amounts of overpriced parking. Let's go ahead and put up like a main parking lot by the entrance, and maybe we'll have smaller parking lots for faculty elsewhere. So, okay, we got our little parking road here. We'll do one big parking lot here, I think. Big or huge big? You know what? A little too close to the intersection, but this will do fine. No. Can I please delete this? Thank you. Very good. That's what we were trying to accomplish right there. And it looks nice and horizontal, so that's promising. No. Oh, geez, I forgot what the Activate Road Anarchy button was. There, it's on now. So that should solve it. There we go. Easy peasy. So this is like the student housing, student parking that costs, you know, $2,000 a semester for no obvious reason. And then we'll have maybe faculty parking somewhere else. But this is it for now. Oh, that's going to take a while. Let's put down regular parking here. And here. And then we'll put down the handicap parking here. Need to zoom way the hell in to get this just so. Like that, I think. There. And then we'll do the same thing on this side. Come on, take your time. Don't mind me. Hey, we got a Parker. Not really an option, is it? Well, anyway, that's good large parking bay right there. Should we run a bus line from our transit hub or do something a little more elaborate? Let's just start with a bus line, because that's the most obvious thing. And let's see, we've got, fortunately, plenty of available bays. I don't think we need any parking elsewhere. We'll just have this be like the University Express. And that's all it does. Goes around, stops twice, lets people off at the campus, and that's all she wrote. University Study Hall. Okay, let's take a quick look at the campus info. Universe. I don't know what I just did to open this. Let's call this Confound You. There. Oh, right, I was still looking at the campus area info. All right, we have 774 students. We are already making a minor profit here. We have a capacity of 2,000. That's all great. Let's give a small grant. I know I'm not making money, but yet. Student healthcare, free lunch, visiting scholars, universal education. Let's do the visiting scholars thing. And there we go. All right, now this area, I'd like to use this for housing. I'm going to reserve the rest of this area for the university because I don't really have a good feel yet for how much room it's going to take up. And I don't want to be cramped out. I know there's going to be stadiums and stuff, and all of that's going to take up a lot of space. And honestly, I might already not have enough. Not entirely sure why I can't get this to level properly. Huh, look at that, I'm getting a little trench. How odd. Huh, well, okay, we'll not worry about that for now. It looks very barren now, I do get that, but like I said, there's a lot of other stuff we're going to want to add to this university once it starts expanding, so that's fine. All right, and now let's look at housing. I don't think I want to do another suburb down here. We have a lot of suburbs here already. We have this entire area, and we have this entire area. I'm going to do something a little more like the high-density housing over here. Let me just zoom out real quick and make sure there are no disasters. What do we got here? We've got a broken power line for some reason. Not sure what happened there. But, you know, easy fix. I saw some abandonment. That's not a big deal. We're kind of in a downswing right now, and that means a lot of times the more out of the way job providers will have trouble with employees and they'll become abandoned. And once it swings back up, once our population starts swinging back up, that problem should go away. But in order to get the population swinging back up, it would behoove us to put in some residential stuff here. So, let's see. We'll go ahead and plop down a 4-lane road of some description here. Maybe just a regular 4-lane road. This guy. My snapping seems not to be working right. Maybe we need to turn off anarchy. No, it's still not snapping right. Why you no snap? Turn that on. There we go. Alright, I didn't even realize I turned that off. That'll kind of work as the core of this area for now. I think what we might do is take this and expand upon it. We could run this road out a little bit farther. That's clearly not the right road. I think we were using this one. Odd that we get a little intersection there. Not sure why that is. Then we'll do kind of the same thing. We'll set up a 135-degree angle, right? Something like, well, here, do that. No, that's one way. That's not what I was trying to do. This is what I was trying to do, and that's why we got the intersection there. I was trying to mix two road types that don't mix. So the anarchy's off, but it's not getting rid of the boulders in the middle of the road. I'm not sure why. But such is the way of these things. Hello? Alright. Turn off the bulldozer. No bulldozering. That's not exactly the same. This one's actually rectangular and the other one was not. And then we'll go out to here. That's pretty good. This is starting to feel like a European social housing project, but there are worse things than European social housing projects. Here, hold on. We'll do 3x3 and 3x3. Just kind of working with the space we have here, but we can definitely have some buildings here as well. There. And they're going to want water. They always want water. Predictable as they come. Okay, and then on the front side, let's see. This, we kind of already had this steepish cliff here. But, you know, it's no big deal. What we'll do is we'll run a road outward from, I'm thinking right about here, and we'll freehand this so it kind of goes along the coastline. Alright, looks like I need to put in a little straight stretch first. No? Really? Are you just going to be irritating about it? Fine. Bulldoze. Freehand. Like that. And like that, and oh, we broke the power line to this area. Alright, well, that will obviously have to fix. But first we need to fix this. Okay, I'm going to have to anarchy this. And turn off all of the frickin' snapping. Come on, don't be like that. Including this for some reason. And now all we need to do is force it to not be a bridge. Force it to not be a bridge. And we're good to go. Easy peasy. Let's get that power back. And okay. Okay, so now I think we'll have a section of high density housing on the water side here. 3x3s. Some gaps for practical purposes. Specifically being that there's no room for anything bigger. But yeah, this will work fine. And that should be fine. Now, do we need like a separate school here? Should we look into... you know, we're good on elementary schools. We're a little low on high schools, but this isn't really a great place for a high school. So that's fine, no big deal. And then maybe we'll have some office space back here. There's not a whole lot of demand for industrial right now, which is what office is, but it'll fill up, I'm reasonably confident. Do some low density commercial in here. I always like a little bit of mixed use when we can. And we'll put some commercial down here as well. Perhaps not here because the terrain's kind of rough and I'm not sure how it's going to look. Okay, over here we can do we have much in the way of parking for these guys? Kind of not a lot, huh? Oh look, our population is increasing again. This pleases me quite a bit. Let's see if we can get a small park in this square here. Something like a small park. No, small park's too big. Small playground. Small playground will fit. So that's what we'll do. And let's see, put down a few more trees to kind of make it fill in so it doesn't look like it's off center. A big one and some smaller ones. There we go. That's a nice little park area. That should make this whole area more appealing to live in. And then we'll do some infilling with maybe some low density housing along the sides. Here, let's take this. We'll use a road with parking here. And we'll kind of freehand it. Are we going to connect that? Yeah. This is the risk of enabling prop anarchy. A lot of times you'll end up putting things down that actually work, but they won't render properly because the corners can't link. Okay, and we have a lot of detritus on the road here, which, although amusing, does have to go. Alright, that'll be a good place for some low density residential. Let's just fill it in like this. Again, I don't do 4x4 residential anymore because it looks awful. Specifically, the proportions end up being miserable, and I don't like it at all. And it looks like there's not a whole lot of people like eager to live here yet, so let's not push it any farther for now. Our offices also aren't really filling in. Probably just not a lot of land value here. Check in on our university real quick, see how things are going. We have 816 students now. Our attractiveness is at 200. We need some academic works in order to advance. So I've given a research grant, that's fine. We'll hopefully get our academic works. Let's go ahead and put down a couple of footpaths so that people can get here without having to make huge detours if they decide to take their bikes. That should do for now. If we need to change that, we will, but I kind of like the way it waves around like that. And our bus only has 6 passengers in it. This one has 3. This one has 9. Here's one outgoing, 20. All right, well, we'll let it keep running and we'll see how it goes. Is that a problem? I mean, it's kind of steep, but not a huge issue. We can lower this intersection a little bit to kind of straighten that out. There. But I also feel like maybe this should be just a regular section of road rather than a fancy section because it just doesn't look good with the parking lot next to it. So here, Tell you what we'll do. That just makes everything a little more compact. I'm still not convinced it looks great, but it does make everything a little more compact, so fine. Okay, so we got 20 people on this bus, and we got 13 on this bus. We'll probably want to lower the number of buses on this line because I'm seeing like way too many. We have 8, and that's just not necessary. Let's go down to 5 for now. I know I don't normally name my bus lines, but this might be just convenient to be able to... Oh, hey, you know what? I just realized something. I can have a school bus here. I mean, universities probably don't necessarily want school buses. Wait, hold on. So this guy... Oh, he's going back to the depot. That's why he's not a school bus. But my other buses have turned into school buses. So you get to go study law at the Confound U and take a school bus to work every day. Isn't that awesome? All right, I don't think things like a park will do much to improve the attractiveness here, so I'm not going to worry about that. But what we can do is put some commerce along the road here. We still have good demand for commerce. And this is a good place for it. As might this be. I say might because I'm not convinced that we don't just want to put more housing down here. I mean, we have a big old park here, so we're not going to do that. Yeah, we'll turn this into more high-density housing. And we'll kind of stick with the same theme. We'll bifurcate this. Let's turn all of the snapping back on. It'd be nice if you could like select a middle point between 2 points, but I think here. And here. And we'll do 135 degrees. Here's what we can do. We'll run this one out farther than we need to. And then we'll snap this one too. This isn't perfect. It doesn't have to be. Oh wow, that's not just not perfect. That's pretty damn far from perfect. It seems like that guy's the problem. So let's try that again. That actually does look better. Now, having a lot of intersections along these roads, not always a great idea. Because, you know, each intersection can cause traffic delays, and if you have one right next to the other, you can get traffic stuck in the little areas here, but there's only very light traffic right now, so I'm not gonna worry about that yet. I don't think we need to. And again, we're largely going to do high density facing inwards, and we have room for a slightly larger park here. And I'm thinking maybe we'll put in something like a library as well. Oh, that's perfect. We can put down a large playground. And it fits just like that. And the paths on the side actually connect. Good. Very nice. No power. That'll not be much of an issue. This is a little irksome. I'd like to be able to decide where the zoning is supposed to snap. So like this, I can do this. Which is, you know, what I'd like to do. But if I put that road back, I'm reasonably sure the zoning's going to change again. No, it didn't. Well, that's good news. Okay. So we can, in theory, do the same thing over here, I'm hoping. and then do the zoning, and then put the road back. Learned something new today. It's not quite perfect, but this is pretty good. Okay, I'm gonna de-zone those tiny sections there, because, you know, just like the 4x4 low density residential, the 1x2 high density residential look completely disproportionate. Okay, so these guys can use the university parking. I don't need to worry too much about giving them any explicit parking areas. So that's good. And we'll leave this area down here open for now for some future use. But we will go ahead and fill this in. We'll do partial high density. I'm doing a lot of high density right now because I feel like we've spent a lot of time building a pretty big city that doesn't really have many people living in it, you know? Hold on, let's de-zone that, and there we go. The electrical problem should solve itself just as soon as something pops up over here. And then again, we'll put in some commerce to kind of anchor it, and maybe some offices as well, so that people don't have to travel too far to and from work. Now here, as you can see, I haven't connected that. I'm not going to because traffic's actually pretty heavy there, but I find myself wondering if I should break this connection too. Just to help manage traffic flow, and what we can do instead is pop down another one of my world famous bicycle paths. Turn all of the frickin' snapping off. I'll do it by hand. There, look at that. Beautiful. And then we'll have some more shops here. Okay, so let's let this run for a little while and see how it fills in. Our population is doing well. We're still losing money. Let's take a quick look at the numbers and see where we are. Yeah, see, we just bottomed and we're coming back up again, but we still haven't hit that peak of 41,000. Let's see, tax income is flat, and the city budget has spiked because of some of the new facilities I just put down, so it is, as they say, what it is. There's one other thing. We should have a bus stop by the parking lot so people can park and hop on the bus. But as you can see, we're not getting a whole lot of people trying to park there yet, and I don't think we have to worry about it for a while. Alright, so there's a couple of blank areas here that seem to be reasonably high value, like this. It's right by these high density houses though, so I don't want to like put down high density commercial. But let's put in some offices. And we could even have a small road here. A smaller road than that, I think. Well, this should be okay actually. And we could go down to, say, here and put offices on the side, just to add a little depth to the whole area and not have everything be directly attached to the side of the this side of the road. What the hell? We'll put some small ones down here. We'll see how that fills out. I seem to have lost some zoning here. That's unfortunate. And also not quite happy with the levels. So we're gonna just lower this a little. That's better. I'm thinking this area will be pretty popular. It's right by all of our public transport and everything. I'm thinking we shouldn't have any trouble convincing people to move in. Alright, well, our new area is filling in pretty nicely. It's not fantastic yet. And as you can see, there's still a lot of unzoned areas that we might do something with. But right now, I think we'll leave them be. Let's take a quick look at all of the public transit and see what's going on. So we have decent bus lines all over the place. We don't really have any transit coming into here. But we do have this line, this orange line. And what I think we'll do is we'll give it a few extra stops. Not this one, the orange one. We'll give that a stop here. Wait, that's the blue one. I guess it doesn't matter too much which one it is, as long as they get some stops. And can't really get it closer to the intersection than that, so we'll do that. And that'll give people from here an easy walking path to get up to a bus stop. It's not perfect, but we're spending a lot of money on public transit. I need to kind of tone it down. And that's, well, on the other hand, we're making $14,000 a month now. It's crazy how much that number goes up and down. It also kind of bugs me that there are two tree icons. There, okay, I decorated. I put down a tree. No, I know that's not going to fly. Let's grab some redwoods and we'll put down like a grove here in the middle. And then we'll put some pine trees down in different places. Just give the place a slightly more natural feel to it, maybe hide some of the weird altitude changes that we've got built in. Alright, here actually, you know what? We could make a cute little quasi park out of this. I'm gonna raise these two buildings up a little bit. That seems okay. And then we'll like put down, I think, a gravel path that goes up to, really? Can we not be in bridge mode? Can we just be in, you know, trail mode? Freehand. And we'll start. Let's turn the snaps off again. We'll just start by doing a little path around the trees here. Like that, and then we'll connect that, say, here, and wherever we can, really. I don't see why we shouldn't have a bunch of little connections. I'm sure we'll get pedestrians using it to get from A to B, as well as hopefully some people using it for recreation. Although honestly, if it's not designated a park, they're not going to care much. It's kind of nice, right? Gives it a little bit of a park feel without actually being a park and costing as much as a park. Put down some foliage here, and I think we need a few more trees just to kind of complete the look. like that. Yeah, that's pretty nice. That fills it in, makes it look a little bit better. So good. All right. Well, some of the commerce we put down has employment issues. That's not the end of the world. We see that a lot. Just have to be patient. Other than that, our town is humming along nicely. We're back in the red, but we're kind of going back and forth between red and green right now. We need to get some more graveyard sites in, but we'll worry about that tomorrow. I think this is going to have to do it for today. So thank you all for tuning in. We'll continue building our university tomorrow, see how it turns out. And I'll see you all next time. All right, take it easy. Peace out.